I'm an idiot. So, truck is carbureted. My seat was out of the thing and I was too lazy to latch it back on to just start the truck and drive it forward. And I didn't want to push it uphill a little bit. So I decided to use the starter while this was in gear to push the truck forward. And I had a little accident. So the truck actually started. Usually it just cranks for a while unless I pump the gas. So it started and it just lurched forward in second gear and crashed into my two chairs here and mushed the bumper into the corner. There's a little dent here. I think that'll pop right back out. That's probably not a problem. It doesn't really matter. This could have been way worse. I crushed this chair against this log. This log that I usually have here to use as like a seat helped me not crush into my wall, and this chair acted as like a crumple zone here. I'm gonna pop this cover off so I can check my radiator cap and see what's going on back there. To remove this, there are two knobs that you'll have to undo inside the cab here. You're gonna look at the driver's door, look under here, you're gonna see this little knob right here. You gotta turn it to the left and it comes out. Do the same on the other side. This one, actually mine's missing right here. I have a new one, so I don't need to remove that. Pick at a corner until it comes out. There are probably like 7 clips that just pop in, so be careful with those if yours are old. I have newer clips in here, so it should be all right, in theory. All right, that comes out. Put it down in a safe place so you don't damage it. Caution, never open hot. Okay, let's open. I've never actually inspected my cooling system in this, so I don't know what the condition of this thing is. There's coolant in here. Okay, that's kind of gross though. All right, put this back. The thermostat gauge seems to want to go all the way up. I'm coming to a stop. Does it go down? It doesn't go down. All right, come on, get moving, people. And then it cools right down when I speed up. Is my fan not working? No, that doesn't make any sense. It's starting to creep up again. I don't know if you can hear that, but I hear it boiling over. Maybe my radiator fan's broken. I don't hear it running. I left the ignition key on, but there's no fan. I just came under the driver's seat to take a look here. This thing is bone dry. The coolant reservoir tank, it's kind of murky and stuff down there with whatever's in there. The system is probably full of air bubbles or something. This is actually one of the things I never checked when I bought this truck. It drove just fine, and I just left it alone until now. I've had this thing pegged on the highway for countless miles. 4th gear, flat out here, 120. I think this problem developed on its own after the fact. So I'm gonna see if I can top this off with some coolant just to keep it going for now, because my plan was to tear this apart and drop this motor out anyways to do the Carry Chino build. So I'm just gonna keep it going. Should have used the funnel. Cap this off, and I thoroughly made a mess on the floor. Turn the car back on, see how this behaves. Actually, it's doing something. You can see it bubbling around. You can see the fluid level dropped a little bit from the line down. It's taking some of the coolant in. Here you can see the coolant bubbling up again. It's getting really smoky too. Oh, there we go. You hear that? My radiator fan works. Okay. Temps are starting to creep up again. If I pick up some speed, it just cools it off through the airflow through the radiator from the speed. but it eventually starts to not be enough either, and it starts to creep up. The radiator fan is not coming on. Alright, I cleaned everything up. I should be able to get a better look at this tomorrow in the daytime. I keep seeing steam coming up once in a while. I don't know if it's just because it's hot and there's coolant and water on the thing and it's just steaming it up, or I'm leaking coolant like really slowly and it's just seeping out. I have this radiator kit where I can use this funnel and a cup to help fill in my radiator and release some of the trapped air. And looking in here, I actually see a little bit of crud in there. See that like piece of metal that's kind of just in one of those little channels? I wonder if I can get that out and what that is. Oh look, I got a piece of metal out of the car. I attached it like this. I think that looks good. I'm gonna fill this up with a little bit of coolant. It's like Mountain Dew. Crap. And why does everything always have to make a mess? Well, you know, the radiator was hungry. That gulped up the whole thing. Alright. It's leaking a little bit. That's cool. It kind of like bleeds the bubbles out. Some nasties also came up. So this bottle is almost full. It didn't change. Guess I'm gonna sit here and wait for this to stop bubbling. Fabulous. I went around the corner to take a look at what's going on inside, and this got like bursted off of the thing, and now I have a nice mess all over the floor. This time I'm following the instructions here. It tells me to remove this from the plug here and fill the radiator up. I filled it up to the top and it overflowed, so that's where I'm going to leave it. And I also opened the panel here so I can get to this. The bleeder screw right there, it says loosen the screw, and then warm up the engine and let everything kind of settle in. I also fill this up to the top too. I will fill that up before I start. Let's go. With the little bleeder screw out and the little hose on top of the radiator disconnected and this filled up with the radiator topped off, start the car and warm it up. Bunch of steam coming out of this side, and temps are still high. The radiator fan isn't turning on, so I'm going to turn this off. Something's not right. Lower hose is warm to the touch. Okay. Upper hose is burning hot. Huh. So I'm beginning to believe that my radiator, since it's cold, this is probably why my radiator fan isn't working, because the radiator is actually cold. So as far as the switch is concerned, coolant's not hot, not going to turn on the fan. However, what's happening here is it's boiling hot in here. It's likely my water pump or the thermostat is stuck. So, guess I have to tear it apart. The strange thing here is the fan did kind of work, but now it doesn't work anymore. And it was all within the same period of time. My coolant's all gone. I still don't really know what happened there. So I replaced the radiator cap. That seems to put pressure back into the system, and it seems to be working a little bit better. But it still could be a bad thermostat. That would explain why it kind of works sometimes, and right now it's really bad and it doesn't work at all. It also could be the water pump. It's completely failed. That might explain that little piece of metal I found in the top of the radiator. I'll take it apart, and this will be another video. So this is kind of like the diagnosis video. Subscribe for more Suzuki Carry maintenance and mods videos. Since my truck is already broken already, I'll get cracking on this here, the Carricino build. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This radiator cap at NAPA is the direct fit. It's a little bit higher pressure, but it'll be fine. It's only 3 psi more, or 3 pounds more. Somebody has to clean up after my messes. I'm gonna unbend this chair by stepping on it. Oh, look, that one came out pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you would do this one. It's twisted.
I would have to push it this way first. Because all I can do is that one first.
No, you're bending the whole top part. Oh, okay, okay. Do you want to do it in a more open area?
Oh, you did this. I need to push it back out. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
That's not bad. It's better than what it was. You gotta step on that crossbar on the bottom.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Heel. No, don't hold it. Just step on it.
I need more weight.
I'm more weight.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
Like it never happened.
It definitely happened, but whatever.
Hold on. I think I can do this.
Oh, wow.
Like it never happened.